All right, Nick, time to talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Obviously, a tough game last week against a very tough opponent. Steelers dealing with a lot of injuries all over the ball. So, not really going to that game as prepared as they can be. But nonetheless, young Kenny Pickett came in, made his debut start. And I think he was pretty decent in his first start. There's a lot of things to hang your hat on, a lot of things to build off of, move forward with. And we're going to get into all of that and some of the deeper meanings of Kenny Pickett's first start. But as Steelers fans, Kenny Pickett's exciting. Deontay Johnson's a stud. TJ Watt, Minka Fitzpatrick, all great players, all probably some of your favorite players on this Steelers team. But we've got to know in the comments below, who is your favorite player that's not on the Steelers? We want to know. Let us know in the comments below. Who's your favorite player not on the Steelers? But Nick, let's get into this Kenny Pickett story and kind of dive a little deeper.
Yeah, so obviously this is Kenny Pickett's big debut. It's a tough environment. Going up to Buffalo. Buffalo's probably the best team in the NFL right now. It's obviously Josh Allen had a big day. It was going to be tough for Kenny Pickett, but Pickett showed a lot of promise. 34 of 52, over 300 yards passing, moved the ball a little bit, did a lot of nice things. But I'm going to tell you what really got me excited when I saw from Kenny Pickett, because there's some questions about how is he going to handle himself? It's tough being an NFL starter, but he took a cheap shot from defensive end Shaq Lawson. Actually took two. But after the play, I'm going to read from outkick.com here. This is what I love about this. After the play, after the cheap shot, Pickett shoved Lawson to the ground and a scrum ensued. Pickett was assessed a penalty for unnecessary roughness, while Bills defensive end AJ Epinza, who jumped in the scrum, was also flagged for unnecessary roughness. Pickett after the game said, quote, "From my opinion, it felt like he went after my knee after I threw it. And that's it. Temper Slayer. I don't care. I'm going to keep playing until last play game." And that was it. All right, Miles. Here's why I love that. Obviously, first of all, a quarterback that gets an unnecessary roughness called against you for going up against defensive end, a pretty physical opponent in Shaq Lawson. I love that, because one of the things with Pickett coming out of college was his moxie, his toughness, his charisma, his leadership, and that's the spark he can bring to this Pittsburgh Steelers offense that looks really lifeless at times, early in the season, and just that kind of energy, that kind of vibrancy that you get at that position. People feed off that, because the quarterback position has the ability to kind of drive the momentum of the team behind it. You've got teams that have Tom Brady behind center, usually cold, calculating, methodical. You've got Jalen Hurts in Philly. They're kind of wild, aggressive, making all kinds of big plays. You've got Lamar Jackson in Baltimore. They're just an unstoppable machine, downhill, physical, tough. And that's the exactly similar kind of energy Kenny Pickett can bring, just that feistiness, that aggressiveness, that never back down mentality. And I love that from Pickett. When you pair that with his production over 300 yards against a defense who shut down Tua, shut down Lamar Jackson. They've done a lot of great things this season to a lot of quality quarterbacks. I'm really impressed what I saw by Kenny Pickett, both him throwing and, his feistiness there against Shaq Lawson.
Yeah, no, and Pickett's feistiness, it kind of reminds me of some other rookie quarterbacks who've come into the league and, showed a lot of grit early on. And I don't want Steelers fans to take this the wrong way, because he didn't pan out in his career, but it's kind of tough in quarterbacks. But Baker Mayfield kind of came into the league. He had a good first year. He was known coming out of college as a real feisty guy. That first season in Cleveland, he set the rookie touchdown record, I believe. He had a pretty good season. After that, Pickett's just got to grow on after that. Don't take the same trajectory that Baker did. Obviously, that's not where you want to be. But that similar feistiness, always playing the chip on their shoulder. People are like, oh, saying all kinds of things about Pickett, like his hands are too small, which is kind of asinine. Obviously, he's been playing football his whole life, and his hands haven't really hindered him. But, it's like, nonetheless, all the excuses in the book you want to throw at Pickett, he doesn't care. He's going to go out there. He's going to play football. He wants to win games. And like you said, the hit on Pickens, I saw the hit. It's like a little alligator roll with the ankle.
Yeah.
And it kind of looked like he definitely was trying to get one over on Pickett, be like, hey, listen, welcome to the NFL. And when Pickett hopped up and went at him, a guy that was significantly bigger than Pickett, he's like, you're not going to tell me welcome to the NFL. I'm going to show you who you're dealing with. Now, welcome to Pittsburgh. This is how we play football. Yeah. That's the better embodiment, Nick. He embodies the city of Pittsburgh, like the Yinzers all around. He's a, scrappy, tough guy. And I really like the first showing of Pickett, and I think some of his teammates appreciate his showing as well.
Oh, for sure, right? Because it's one of those things where that kind of feeds into other parts of how you play the game because it gives kind of confidence, right? It's one of those things where if you've got a guy like Trubisky was this way, who had all the physical tools, but if Trubisky's one of the complaints against him, he was a big check downs guy, didn't really hang in the pocket, got rid of the football very quickly, and that kind of just loses confidence in receivers and other skilled players in the offensive line. That just kind of drags the energy of the team down. And you're seeing put Pickett in the game that big plays are starting to happen. I mean, George Pickens had another productive game, over 80 yards receiving. Deontay Johnson had 60 yards receiving. If he caught, didn't drop 45,000 passes in the game, he would have had a hugely productive day. And your Claypool got involved a little bit as well. So you're starting to see these receivers get involved a little bit. That'll eventually open things up for Najee Harris later. And just that energy, right? And that's one of the things that people kind of forget about the quarterback position is that ability to just galvanize a roster and a football team one way or the other when things are stagnating can really do wonders. And you're a big fan of the Baltimore Ravens. You saw that a number of years ago with Joe Flacco behind center when things were going poorly. Just the team had a lot of talent but wasn't gelling. They enter Lamar Jackson, suddenly bam, energy, things explode. The Ravens have been a pretty good. I think they made the playoffs that year, and they've obviously been a contender for a very long time. And that's the kind of energy that Kenny Pickett can galvanize and force on the Steelers offense and really the rest of the way. And I love the fact that they trusted Kenny Pickett to make his first start against the Buffalo Bills in Buffalo, right? That's big boy stuff. That's a lot of faith that Mike Tomlin put in this guy. And I'm excited to see what Kenny Pickett does from here.